Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I wanted to go ahead and do a vocal reaction to Bon Jovi, and the song is Livin' on a Prayer. Now, I've sung a version of this, and one of my students, Aliona, has sung a version of this. I'll put those in the description. I don't know if I've released my version yet, so I'm not sure if I'm going to release it before the reaction video or what for me singing it. So we'll see how that plays out. But I got a chance to meet John on a Monsters of Rock tour that I was on way back in the early 80s. We got to go backstage and hang out with everybody. In fact, the tour was pretty interesting. It was John Bon Jovi, it was Ozzy Osbourne, it was the Scorpions, it was Def Leppard, there was MSG, Michael Schenker Group, actually at the time it was called Macaulay Schenker, and just an amazing group of guys. And John was like the nicest guy. Joe Elliott was really cool. Ozzy was a little trippy. The guys in the Scorpions were awesome. But anyway, so I want to go and do a reaction to this, and without much further ado, let's rock. Here we go. That's a big crowd too, man.
Once upon a time, wasn't so long ago.
Now, one of the things about Bon Jovi, a lot like Def Leppard, is they did use a lot of tracks, and John did sing most of the stuff live, which is cool. Sambora sang a lot of really great background vocals, but they also did incorporate tracks to it, so sometimes you can't tell on the background vocals who's doing what. And I know at one point when John was having some vocal trouble, he did use some tracks for some of his vocals here and there, but I believe most of this, that's the reason I picked it, that most of this is just actually live stuff, even though I think there are some additional background vocals, okay? Okay, now I'd love to hear a little more strength from his abdomen. Of course, it's Bon Jovi, man. They ruled the world for how many years, right? A couple decades. But Johnny used to work on the dock. I'd love to get more, hey, 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 instead of Johnny used to work on the dock. He's got this real kind of, I don't know, it's New Jersey-ish little boy sort of sound to it, and I personally like a bigger, manlier kind of sound, but when it gets to the chorus and stuff, and that's kind of just the way he is anyways, his songwriting, killer songs, killer band, Richie's a great addition to the band. Shame that he's not with them anymore, but anyway, let's continue to rock. But I'm nowhere near as cute as he is, so it doesn't matter. And notice, whoa, we're halfway there. He sings that, but whoa, he's not singing any of that. Richie's doing that. There's definitely some other tracks or something going on. The audience is helping out, but he ducks out of that every time. That gives him a little bit of relief too in the choruses. Sometimes, man, if you've got a band that can sing the main chorus vocals and you're not having to sing every single line, it really helps you pace the set and make it through the set, and that's precisely what he's doing. So it's a smart move. Not dissing him for that at all. In fact, if I could, I would do that. I never got the background singers that were as good as his are, and some of the tape and tracks and stuff that he used to be able to compensate for that, to give me that kind of relief when I was on the road. So anyway, let's continue. To give you guys the mic for the next one, all right? So tough. Running away. Baby, it's okay. Someday. Hey guys, gotta get ready, man. You ready? Chorus is coming up. I need your help on this one. All right, here we go. To what we got. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. You ready? Okay, here we go. On your mark, get set. Here we go. Living on a prayer. Cool. And you know, one of the things I've liked a lot about Richie's playing and his backup to John in Bon Jovi is he always played for the song. He always was a great support to everything. And in some cases, man, I've heard him sing some live stuff. Gosh, if I was John, I'd be like kind of feeling a little scared that maybe he could take his spot sometimes in with some of his vocals, because he's thrown down on some pretty great vocals, and he's a guitar player too, really strong guitar player, and a really great asset not just to the songwriting part, but also to the parts, putting different solos and things together, the voice box, all the different things. Hey, I got a funny story about the voice box thing. I always have these stories, but I believe this is a true story because I heard it from a really good friend who is close friends with who I'm about to talk about. So I guess, like way back in the early 70s, Jeff Beck was throwing a party. And he broke out this, the magnet of, or the tweeter, so to speak, of a speaker, and he put a hose around the top of this thing, and he brought it up into his mouth, and then he started going in the microphone, and he started, doing the original voice box. So apparently it was Jeff Beck that invented it, but I guess Peter Frampton was at the party, and they used to be like best friends, and so Peter actually stole it and used it for Frampton Comes Alive, for one of the biggest selling live albums of all time, or at least way back when. And so I guess they became arch enemies and they never spoke again over the voice box. But anyway, so Richie is coming in doing a tasteful job of incorporating that into some of the Bon Jovi tracks. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Gotta hold on. Here we go. To what we got. It's all that you've got. Here we go. Nice. So anyway, guys, yeah, good stuff. John actually has pretty decent placement. Like I said, I've seen them several times live, and every time they were spot on great. I haven't seen any of the more recent stuff. I heard he's having some vocal trouble, but for the most part, man, every time I saw them, they were great. I've seen him on TV live a couple times. I've seen him live a couple times. I've been backstage watching him live, and great stuff. He's, obviously his voice was in good tone. He even hit some higher notes than the album version, so he paced himself and he saved himself through the set. And like I said, it's hard to run around and move around a lot and be able to still sing those nice high notes like that. So anyway, 2 thumbs straight up for John Bon Jovi and Living on a Prayer. Check out our version in the description tag, and until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button, and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.